Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Victoria and I'm a registered nurse. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I survived my first year as an RN working in the neuro department. In the neuro department, you're specializing in the brain, essentially. Anything to do with strokes, seizures, brain surgeries, sometimes patients who had spinal cord injuries. Those people are going to be your patients. So let's get to it. Number one, invest in a fanny pack. None of my preceptors told me how essential fanny packs were. When you're on the unit, when you need like alcohol swabs, a place to put your keys, your phone, somewhere to put your tape and scissors, it was so much to manage. And when you're on the floor, you want to be efficient and you have to be fast. And so I was leaving everything everywhere, like on the tables, on the countertops, sometimes in my pocket, and then it falls out. So I invested in a Billabong fanny pack. I have 3. But ideally you want something with a lot of zippers so you could have with different compartments. So something like this, nothing too fancy, that could strap around, that could follow you wherever you go, because most likely you're running, especially in the neuro unit. You'll learn as a neuro nurse that people are high fall risk and you're not walking, you're running. So again, I have a compartment where this one's for my alcohol wipes, this one I put my keys in, my phone stays in here, I put my tape in here, my pen light you need to check your pupils, and then pretty much some essentials, and sometimes you're gonna need some tape. So fanny packs were still helpful to me, and I highly suggest for you to have one too. Number 2, have a brain that works for you. And I'm talking about brain, I'm talking about the piece of paper that helps organize your patient care, and it summarizes what you need to do for the day. So it tells you, it gives you an idea of who to attend first, depending on how many meds they have, if they have a procedure going on that day, or if they're discharging. You take all those notes on this piece of paper that you call of a brain, and it pretty much keeps you organized throughout your 12-hour shift. So I have a brain that works for you. I'm going to attach my brain in PDF file, and I'll have that link below. Number 3, how to quickly look at labs, especially in the morning when it's so busy. You have PT, OT, your doctor's calling you for updates of your patient or if there are any changes. Also, sometimes they have procedures throughout the day, and so there's so much things going on in the morning, and labs are still so critical. You don't just avoid that. So when I click on my results, there are a lot of things to look at in your labs. There's so many factors in chemistry in the human body. But what I've learned as a new grad that I quickly picked up on is the electrolytes. So your sodium and potassium. Know the ranges. Same with your sodium, know the ranges. And then doctors could easily correct that and give meds along with my WBCs, because having elevated WBCs, you're thinking about infections, and then you could start on antibiotics. And also my hemoglobin, because I've had patients where I don't know why I have such a low blood pressure and become so symptomatic. Four things greatly impacted my patient, and as I worked as a new grad, I picked up on. I quickly look in the morning to make sure they're stable before I even look at another patient's chart. And then when I do have time, I come back to look at all the labs completely. Number 4, I'm gonna say this straight. You're going to make mistakes, and you're expected to make mistakes. Why? Because you're human. I think a lot of us going into this realm and this profession as a nurse, you're expected to be perfect because you have such a high responsibility, which is to pretty much keep people alive. You're trying to keep people alive and make people healthier and hopefully send them home. That's always our goal, or that's at least very rewarding. But that doesn't mean that you're perfect now, or you need to be perfect. I think the biggest lesson to take is that yes, you're expected to make mistakes because you're human still, but also to quickly learn from it and try not to do it again. Because again, you want your patients to be safe. That reduced so much stress and anxiety and pressure I placed on myself, especially going in as a new grad when you have so much to learn, and even the experienced nurses still ask questions, and it's okay. Number 5, max out your benefits. Look into what type of benefits your hospital offers you, whether that be like a 401k and a Roth, if they max out to what percentage. Just set yourself up for the future, and also what type of insurance and coverage they will give you. And that's something that no one really told me besides giving patient care, is to also look at the benefits, and if your hospital even offers a financial advisor to help organize and plan for your future long term. Number 6, use your PTO. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Even though you're only working 3 days out of the week, do not underestimate that, because it is so mentally taxing when you're at work, and to turn on that brain of yours for 12 hours straight and they expect you to turn it off when you're not working, that is a lot to ask for. It's a complete 180 switch. And at work, there's a lot of high stress. And so I am such a believer of maxing out your PTO and doing some self-care so you can come back to work with mental clarity and to give adequate patient care in a good mind space. And the last one I want to share is take your water breaks and pee. It is so basic, but I failed to do this so many times, and I'm still telling myself to, hey, give yourself 10 minutes to take a sip of water and to avoid. Be comfortable and take care of yourself as you continue to take care of others. And those are just a few things I want to share as a new grad in the neuro department. And I hope that helped. I hope I was resourceful. I want to share that with you, and keep rocking on.